What's up? What it do? Cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com. AshSaidIt.com. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily podcast show. I appreciate you guys for your love and support. Yes, everything makes a huge difference and gets us over that 500,000 streams worldwide and counting. Yeah, so we're doing it in a major way. Today, I am joined by the founder and CEO of South African hospitality group, True Story Brands, the wonderful Justin Anthony.
Hey, Ash.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty awesome. Let our listeners know, where are you from? Where do you represent?
I'm originally from Johannesburg, South Africa, and I've been in Atlanta now for about 22 years. Ended up here. I used to be a professional soccer player. Had a knee injury and decided that my next passion was food and wine. My parents are chefs, so we opened up the very first South African restaurant in Buckhead in 1998. So we're celebrating our 20-year anniversary this year. And the restaurant's called 10 Degrees South, and we were the first South African restaurant in the United States.
Yes, and kudos to you on that, choosing quality over quantity as you guys continue to expand to all the other different brands under that belt there. Why Atlanta?
I was playing soccer in Atlanta, so and then I just ended up falling in love with the city and decided to stay. You know, I felt that the community in Atlanta would support South African cuisine, which a lot of people thought I was mad in my head and crazy, but I guess I proved them right. We're still here 20 years later, but I just had a good feeling about Atlanta. It reminded me a lot of home, very hospitable, very friendly people, and that appreciate good food and wine. We had a crack at it, and thank God it worked out for us.
Yeah.
You know, over the years now, we've obviously expanded. We have 4 different restaurants, that we currently have. So we have 10 Degrees South. We also have Yebo Beach House, which kind of started out as a fun restaurant at Phipps Plaza in the mall, and then we kind of morphed into a new location that's kind of in an old bungalow, and we're a beach house for most of the year, and then in the winter we switched to a ski house theme. So, we have fun with it. That restaurant's more of a South African-American fusion, and so we play around small plates, a lot more small plates. And then we have Cape Dutch, which is our South African steakhouse.
Yes.
And that is, we specialize in something called the braai. And a braai in South Africa is basically a cookout or a grill. So basically, we cook over an open flame. At Cape Dutch specifically, we use oak and hickory. And so all our steaks and our whole fish and our prawns all cooked over the braai, and just gives it a unique flavor. So it's very South African. Yes. And then our final concept is called Biltong Bar, beef jerky and booze, and basically, just like it says, it's beef jerky and booze. So, we specialize basically in South African street food. Biltong is a South African style beef jerky. It's dry aged as opposed to heat or cooked. So it's cured using air, and no preservatives, no nitrates. Very, very healthy form of protein, and just a delicious version of beef jerky, if you will.
Now, who helped you out with incorporating that South African design?
Well, I'm very lucky that my wife is an accomplished interior designer, so she kind of takes my vision and runs with it.
Yes.
So, we'll go to, say, if we're coming up with a new concept, we'll go to South Africa, or wherever we go in our travels, or using, her imagination, and she kind of incorporates different elements. So Cape Dutch, for example, when we were designing the restaurant and building the restaurant, we had been in wine country in South Africa, in Stellenbosch, and we took a lot of those elements. So it's a steakhouse food menu, but the vibe is very much wine country. Biltong Bar at Pond City Market kind of has that street feel, kind of feels like you're in New York or Chicago, more urban feeling. 10 Degrees South feels like you're on safari, so it literally feels like you're on a high-end safari. And then Yebo, like I said, is more of the beach vibe, so it feels like you're in Cape Town or Malibu or the Hamptons kind of, vibe.
All right, so Justin, we're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we're going to go a little bit more into depth with some of these menus, as I've experienced Cape Dutch and Yebo, and I love both of them. I haven't been out to 10 Degrees South yet, and Biltong Bar, I'm working my way out there. I'm going to get out there soon. So you got to take tight 1 minute, and we will be right back. You spend 1/3 of your life sleeping. Why not make it comfortable with Casper? Ash Brown here from Ash Said It Daily. Casper products are cleverly designed to mimic human curves. providing supportive comfort for all body types. When I'm touring around the world, there's always one important detail missing: my Casper bed. I can't wait to get home for a restful night's sleep. There's nothing like it. The experts at Casper work tirelessly to make a quality sleep surface that cradles your natural geometry in all the right places. The prices are affordable because Casper cuts out the middleman and sells directly to you. They're all designed, developed, and assembled right here in the U.S. Don't forget about Casper's 100-night risk-free Sleep On It trial. Get $50 towards select mattresses by visiting casper.com/ash and using ASH, ASH, at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Get your Casper mattress for a restful night. Visit casper.com/ash. Promo code ASH. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily Show, you guys. I'm chilling out here with Justin Anthony, True Story Brands CEO and founder. All right, Justin, so let's break down Cape Dutch a little bit. How did you connect with Chef Philippe?
So I've known Chef Philippe for about 20 years since I arrived in Atlanta. Chef Philippe is one of the most prominent chefs in Atlanta and has been for many years. He's been, doing his chef thing in Atlanta for about 30 years. Been involved, James Beard, the recipients, and his own restaurants. And then he kind of went off into the resort world, if you will, hotels, fine hotels around the world, and landed back in Atlanta. And when he did, we started collaborating. And then, when I found Cape Dutch, I was like, he was the perfect chef to kind of, drive that food vision and get us, that deliciousness that we taste at Cape Dutch.
I will say, one of my first visits to Cape Dutch, I got one of the giant, I don't even know what you call them, the goblets. That big glass, that giant glass that you guys have as you give to people. And it was just so original. I've never experienced a glass that large, that size. Where did the idea for that come from?
We love our wine, so we were looking for something unique and something special, and we wanted people to feel like they were getting a good glass of wine. So it feels good in the hand, it looks good, and it tastes good as well. People don't realize glass does affect the taste of wine, and we feel that that's one of the best out there.
Yes, it absolutely is. I kind of wanted to take it with me, but I gave it back to the bartender afterwards.
Yeah. People also, people don't realize, South African wine dates back to the 1600s, so it's over 400 years. I mean, there's some serious history in South African wine country, and it's interesting because it's an old world wine country, but it's very new world in tasting. So it's kind of the best of both. You got old world beats new world, so it's really unique.
Yeah, no, definitely unique. Now the braai, I will say I'm vegetarian, but I deal with a lot of seafood stuff. So I was more on the fence of, okay, let me just do a salmon and let's see how that works out. It's a different taste. It's a completely, the salmon tastes like, it was like the best salmon I've ever had. I was just
thank you.
Wow. I didn't realize, I'd never tasted anything from a braai before. This is my first introduction to a braai. The taste was sensational. The salmon was juicy. It was to the point. I had to go and give Chef Philippe, a hug afterwards because I was like, you did that, sir. You did that for me. So that was incredible. The bread pudding is, oh my gosh, the bread pudding was really, really just on point. I'm a bread pudding fanatic. My mom used to do it all the time growing up. There's something special about y'all. I don't know if y'all sprinkle some special pixie dust or something to make it just bring out the flavors better.
That's South African magic we sprinkle on.
I believe it. I absolutely believe it. And with Yabo, what I saw was fascinating with Yabo is because I've never seen a restaurant transform. You don't see that. It never happens anywhere. To go in the summer and to experience the food and everything and get the atmosphere is one thing, but then to go into the winter and to see how everything is completely flipped, it was phenomenal. Because again, we don't have that. There are no restaurants that do that. There's no stores here in the metro area that do that. A few highlights for me.
I think we were the first official pop-up restaurant.
Yes.
Actually, switching an entire restaurant, the core food, drink list, wine list, for 3 months. So we have fun with it. It's interesting. We have, people that love beach house, people that literally wait for ski house. But it's great. It gives our chefs and our staff a creative outlet. Everyone looks forward to the new menus and the stuff. And it's interesting because each version of beach beach house and ski house changes as well. So, like this year was more European ski, so we had a lot more European influence in the food, whereas the last one was more like Aspen and Vail. You know, so at the beach house, the same thing. The first version was more like Malibu, Cape Town. The second version was more like Venice Beach, California. And this year, you know, we're excited about the new version that it's going to be. So it gives us a creative outlet, and our customers really, really enjoy the change.
Yes, and you can't leave the ski house without the shot skis. That's a given. You
definitely can't leave out the shot skis.
Cannot leave without the shot ski. That's a given. Kudos to you guys on that. With Yabo, I want to say one of my favorite dishes was the scallops. Scallops, amazing. Because scallops is one of those things where people either know what they're doing or they don't. Y'all know what you're doing. Keep it up. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Like I said, 10 degrees south. I got to make my way out there. I'm not 100% on when that's going to happen, but we're going to put that's on the agenda. I'll be there by summer.
Being a vegetarian, you'll love one of our most popular dishes is the vegetable curry. So there's a huge Indian population in South Africa. South African cuisine is basically French, Portuguese, Indian, Malaysian, and Mediterranean influences. So the vegetable curry is one of our most popular dishes, and I think you'd love it.
Okay, I will take that recommendation. I'll put that down, Justin. What is next for True Story Brands? Any ideas?
Yeah, we have a few things in the work. I mean, nothing concrete as of yet, but we're working on about 4 different projects right now. We're definitely going to be expanding our biltong bar concepts out, both locally and nationally. And we're working on a few projects, but definitely, you know, trying to, you know, just bring more flavor to Atlanta and across the country, to be honest with you. You know, just get that South African flavor out there is our ultimate goal.
Last but certainly not least, what advice can you offer to any person out there that's sitting and waiting for their dream to start?
Work hard. Work real hard. You know, I'm a firm believer the harder you work, the luckier you get. And I've said that over and over. Nothing comes easy. In our industry, you know, a lot of these reality shows and Top Chefs, et cetera, you know, people see it on TV and they want to be the next famous chef. But what they don't see is a lot of those guys actually came from a long, hard line of hard work and restaurants and hard knocks. Nothing comes easy. But if you work hard and you have a dream and you set your goals and you're passionate about it and you really want to work hard at it, anything's possible, especially in this country, which is great about America. You can make anything happen, but you have to work for it.
You got to work for it. That is true. All right, Justin, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate those kind words and, you know, a little bit more insight on the True Story Brands.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. Let our audience know the best way to get more information on True Story Brands.
The website has all the restaurants, and it's truestorybrands.com. Check us out. You can see all the restaurants on there, and come and try us. Pick your favorite one and make your way down the line, and hopefully we see you.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Thank you guys for, of course, tuning into the show every single day. I love you guys so very much. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face and tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for. We're doing this for the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.